Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. Wow. So, less than 24 hours ago, I said expect to see a ratcheting up of tensions. This isn't what I meant. I expected us to get to the point we're at now, maybe 60 days. I certainly did not expect this to happen 24 hours later. This is going from 0 to 120 miles an hour. This is a huge escalation. The media keeps saying that, but they're doing a really bad job of explaining why. They're framing everything from the point of view of the United States, and it doesn't make any sense. Why would this matter if all of this is true? You have to understand it from their point of view, what they see when they look at him. And what they see is he's a hero. He's a hero. So we're going to go through his background from their point of view. Before I do this, I want to say he's a bad actor on the international stage. He is a bad actor. He is responsible for a lot of morally questionable things. A lot. He has certainly run afoul of U.S. interests a number of times. But there's also going to be some stuff in here that'll surprise you. Okay. So, Soleimani started off, he enlisted in 1979, right after the revolution. So put the emotional tie with it. Okay, this guy signed up as soon as the country existed. He was like a plumber or something before then. He was a tradesman of some kind. He signed up, did a normal tour, participated in putting down a rebellion in Kurdish territory. Then, 1980, the Iran-Iraq War pops off. He forms a company himself from guys from his hometown, trains them, gets them ready, and then leads them into battle. He develops a reputation as being just absolutely fearless, but more importantly, he was successful, extremely successful. He started as a company commander. He ended as a division commander. He goes from commanding 100, 200 troops to commanding thousands. He's not even 30 years old. From their perspective, he's amazing. He joins their elite forces, okay? And he rides out a few years with nothing going on back in his hometown as kind of like the regional commander there. Then in 97, he becomes commander of what amounts to like a blending of our CIA and Green Berets. Okay, it's kind of both in one little force. He becomes commander of it, and he excels at it. And I mean excels. So much so that in 2001, when the United States needed help in Afghanistan, they went to him. And he helped. He helped target those people that were real bad actors in Afghanistan. Now, he did it because they also, not just did they go after the U.S., they also went after some Shia sites. That bothered him. So he helped the U.S. then. And he was instrumental. George Bush popped off with that axis of evil stuff, and he stopped helping. That should tell you something. Get a little bit more insight into him. Rhetoric had no place for this man. So, let's fast forward. 2011. He is described by the supreme leader of Iran as a living martyr. He's promoted to Major General. He is instrumental in fighting alongside the United States in Iraq and Syria. He's credited with being the architect behind the strategy Assad used to turn the tide. In the Middle East, he's pick your famous general, Patton, whoever it is that you idolize in the Middle East, it's him. It's him. And he worked with the U.S. a lot. Now, at the same time, he's not there for U.S. interests. He's there for Iranian interests, which means he backed organizations the same way the CIA does, because he was running their version of it, kind of. He backed organizations that were questionable in a lot of ways and used a lot of questionable tactics. But to them, the ends justified the means. The same way it does here. One of the things that I really wish Americans understood was that the reason Iran and the U.S. can't get along is because we're a whole lot alike. We idolize our military leaders. So much so that this gentleman was encouraged to run for president in Iran 3, maybe 4 times. Turned him down each time. And the last time, he said that he had no intention of doing it, that anybody saying that he even considered it was spreading divisive rumors and was out to undermine the revolution. He was a simple soldier and would always be a simple soldier. That's the kind of person that gains that respect, that gains that admiration. He got wounded. One of his famous quotes, "Martyrdom is what I seek, but the hills and valleys won't give it to me." This is a guy who exemplified the Iranian John Wayne. He is in the hearts and minds of these people. He's a hero to them. He's a national legend. You need to look at him the way we look at George Washington or any great general when you're talking about our standard history, the history that the government approves of. When theirs is written, he's going to have a huge place in it. Huge. We can't understate how this is going to impact them. Beyond that, because of his role as director of their foreign service, so to speak, he's respected and had connections to literally every group that hates the United States. We're not talking about whether they have a reason to right now. We're talking about the fact that they do. And he helped them in many ways. Intelligence, training, money. He's respected not just in Iran, but all over the Middle East. Martyrdom is what he sought. And we gave it to him. Now, Trump's idea is that, well, Iran's a bully and they just need to get punched in the nose. And this is the punch in the nose. Truthfully, I don't know what's going to happen. Neither does anybody else. This has no precedent. Nobody has ever done anything like this. The reason nobody's ever done anything like this is that it's insane. The response from this is probably going to be a wave of stuff that we don't want to deal with. Because we didn't just upset Iran. Now, maybe he's right. Maybe Trump is right. And this is all going to blow over and Iran's going to be a lot more cooperative now. History seems to indicate that it's not going to go that way. My gut tells me this is a real bad move. And this is going to escalate, and I think that this is going to take it further than they wanted. I've said before, this administration wanted this war for election purposes. I think they may have just gotten a little bit more than they could chew. I don't foresee the IRGC specifically, or Iran in general, taking this lying down. I think Iraq probably just got turned into the battlefield for a war between Iran and the U.S., and it may escalate from there. Congress should not be cheerleading this on. They need to put a stop to it as soon as possible. It doesn't matter that General Soleimani was a bad actor. The fallout from this is going to be pretty big. And I don't think we're ready for it. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.